in the quiet hush of a Wyoming autumn evening on November 3, 2025, where the wind whispered through the cottonwoods like secrets from a bygone era, the world of American politics bid a somber farewell to one of its most polarizing architects. Richard Bruce Cheney, the 46th Vice President of the United States, who passed away at the age of 84 in his beloved Jackson Hole home, surrounded by the family that had been his fortress through decades of power, peril, and profound personal trials. His departure a poignant punctuation to a life that shaped the 21st century in ways both triumphant and tragic. Just hours earlier, in the warm glow of a fireside vigil, Dick, as those closest knew him, slipped away peacefully after a prolonged battle with complications from a massive heart attack earlier that year. His wife, Lynne, by his side, her hand in his as it had been for 61 years, her voice the last he heard, soft and steady, echoing vows exchanged in a simpler time. Born on January 30, 1941, in the heartland grit of Lincoln, Nebraska, to a family of modest means and unwavering Midwestern resolve, Cheney wasn't merely a politician. He was a force, a conservative colossus whose iron will and intellectual rigor propelled him from Wyoming's backrooms to the White House's shadows, leaving an indelible mark on global affairs, from the sands of Iraq to the halls of power, where he redefined the vice presidency as a command center of influence. Today, as tributes pour in from former presidents like George W. Bush, who called him the most indispensable man I ever knew, to critics who reflect on his complex legacy with measured respect, we trace the emotional granite veins of Cheney's extraordinary journey. His cause of death, a final surrender to a body that had defied mortality's call 5 times over. His age, 84, a testament to a life of unyielding ambition, the wife who was his rock and confidant, the family that tempered his steel with tenderness, the net worth amassed from a career of calculated conquests, the lifestyle of a man who balanced boardrooms and backwoods with stoic grace, and the biography of a statesman whose decisions, right or wrong, were forged in the fire of conviction. This isn't a cold ledger of laws and legacies. It's a heartfelt elegy to Dick Cheney, a man whose heart, flawed, fierce, and faithful, reminds us that power's true measure lies not in the policies passed, but in the people we hold close when the spotlight fades, urging us to lead with the same unapologetic heart, to love as fiercely as he did, and to leave our own chapters etched with unyielding purpose. Cheney's roots run deep in the windswept plains of Nebraska, where the vast skis mirrored the boundless ambition of a boy born to a family of quiet fortitude and fierce independence, a close-knit circle of Midwestern values that would steel him against the tempests of a life in public service. His father, Richard Herbert Cheney, a soil conservation service employee whose work mapping the land's secrets instilled in young Dick a love for strategy and structure, was the steady patriarch, a man of few words but profound presence, his hands rough from fieldwork yet gentle in teaching his son the value of hard labor and harder choices. Holidays a harvest of family feasts, where Dick's first political debates sparked over pumpkin pie. His father's lessons in perseverance a compass through the storms to come. His mother, Marjorie Lorraine Dickey, a homemaker whose warmth wove the family's emotional warp and weft, was the heart that held them. Her stories of Wyoming's wild frontiers, shared during long Nebraska winters, ignited Dick's wanderlust. Her unyielding faith a quiet counterpoint to his growing skepticism, her pride in his Yale days a silent swell that carried him forward. As the eldest of 3, Dick shared a profound bond with siblings Bob and Joan, their childhood a symphony of sibling rivalries and shared secrets. Bob's engineering path mirroring his own strategic bent, Joan's gentle spirit a softening influence, their family holidays in Wyoming's Bighorn Basin a time of fishing trips and fireside tailies that grounded him amid ambition's ascent. This heartland upbringing wasn't without its hardships. The family's modest means leading to Dick's paper routes and odd jobs, his high school heart attack at 37 a foreshadowing of the vulnerabilities that would test him. But their love was a constant chorus, his parents' support a bedrock when Yale's halls felt foreign. Cheney's own family blossomed in adulthood's tender tempo. In 1964, at 23, he married Lynne Ann Vincent, a brilliant poli-sci student whose sharp intellect and steely resolve became his lifelong partner. 61 years of a union that was equal parts power couple and quiet confidant, Lynne's Yale degree, and Ford Motor Days a match for his own. Their 1966 wedding in a Wyoming chapel, a vow of partnership amid the Vietnam draft's shadow, her hand in his through 5 heart attacks. Her voice the anchor in White House whirlwinds. Together, they welcomed 2 daughters. Elizabeth Liz Cheney in 1966, a fierce lawyer and congresswoman whose 2021 ouster from GOP leadership for opposing Trump echoed her father's independent streak. And Mary Cheney in 1969, a moderate voice in conservative circles whose 2004 coming out as gay challenged the party's norms. Their bond a beautiful blend of debate and devotion. Holidays a whirlwind of policy talks and tender traditions. Even after Liz's 2022 election loss, which Dick supported with a campaign ad that stunned the party. No sons marked their path, but grandchildren, over 5, including Liz's 3 and Mary's 2, multiplied the joy, their laughter-filling family gatherings in Jackson Hole, where Dick would gather them for fly-fishing tailies and quiet wisdom. Extended kin weave warmth. Cousins from Nebraska who hosted holiday reunions, Lynne's Vincent family a source of steadfast support. Even in his 80s, family was his finale. Lynne's bedside vigils during 2012 heart transplant, Liz's visits to Wyoming, Mary's calls of candid love. Now, with Lynne's voice breaking in tributes and the daughter's grief a shared silence, their story aches like a veto overridden, a reminder. Family isn't the Oval's echo, it's the hand that steadies you when the power fades. Cheney's biography unfolds like a masterful maneuver. A Nebraska novice's ascent from heartland heart attacks to White House hawk. His journey a granite saga of political prowess and personal perseverance that redefined the vice presidency and reshaped the world. Born on that crisp winter day in 1941, the son of a soil surveyor and homemaker, Dick was a prodigy of pragmatism. High school valedictorian at Natrona County, Yale in 1960, where he flunked out twice, but returned to graduate in 1965. His first heart attack at 37, a wake-up call that led to Wyoming Congressional Chief of Staff at 28, Ford's White House in 1974 as deputy, then Chief of Staff at 34. The 1980s crowned him. Wyoming Congressman 1970-91989, Defense Secretary under Bush 41, masterminding the Gulf War's 100-hour triumph, his calm command a counterpoint to the chaos. The 2000s were his zenith. Bush 43's VP pick in 2001, the most powerful in history, architect of the Iraq surge, the enhanced interrogation debate, his bunker mindset after 9/11 a blueprint for the war on terror, his 2006 hunting accident a humanizing blunder that dropped his approval to 18%. The 2010s tested his tempo. Heart transplant at 71, in my time memoir a bestseller, his 2012 Dignity, ad for Romney a quiet coup, Liz's 2021 Trump rebuke a rift he backed with a 2022 primary ad that stunned Republicans. Honors harmonized. Presidential Medal of Freedom 2001, his 2013 memoir Heart a raw reflection on mortality. At 84, his arc was an anthology of authority. Over 40 years in power, a life of low chart highs proving influence isn't in votes, but in the vetoes of history. Away from the Oval's oval orbit and Capitol's corridors, Cheney's lifestyle was a masterclass in measured might. A harmonious blend of political polish and personal poise, where the vice president's power tempered with the warmth of a man who savored the off-stage symphony as much as the Oval's thunder. Envision him in the 2000s peak. A Wyoming ranch in Jackson Hole, walls a gallery of family photos and Ford memorabilia, mornings dawning with black coffee and the Wall Street Journal in his study. His 62, frame scarred by 5 heart attacks, slipping into chinos for fly fishing in the Snake River, the waters whisper a meditative mirror to his mind's machinations. He lived the power life with restrained resolve. No ostentatious displays, just disciplined dawns of policy briefings, afternoons lost in memoir drafting or ranch rounds with Lynne, her laughter a counterpoint to his gravelly growl. Food was his folk fuel. Wyoming elk steaks grilled with Lynne, His fondness for apple pie, a sweet secret indulgence shared with grandkids during visits. Later years embracing lighter fare like salads and salmon after 2012 transplant. Travel was his tonic. State visits to Baghdad or Kabul, where he detoured to troop briefings with quiet resolve, or quiet escapes to Wyoming's Grand Teton trails, the mountains a metaphor for navigating power's peaks. Cheney's style was understated suit. Brooks Brothers ties and cowboy boots that blended boardroom with backcountry. His bald pate a symbol of unyielding resolve. No fuss, but the quiet confidence of one who'd stared down mortality. Romantically, Lynne was his leading lady. Their 1964 vows a velvet-voiced vow of partnership. Anniversaries marked with Wyoming sunsets and whispered wisdom. Her 2025 vigil a final act of devotion. Philanthropy pulsed personally. Support for heart research after his transplants. Donations to Wyoming conservation echoing his ranch roots. Evenings unwound with warmth. The West Wing marathons with Liz, family film nights with grandkids giggling over Lincoln or solitary sunsets with a scotch in hand, reflecting on the farce of it all with a wry smile. Cheney's world was whimsical warrior, a life where power's pulse met love's quiet lullaby. Cheney's net worth, a sturdy $90 million at 84, reflected his savvy strategic empire. Politics 20%, business 80%. Halliburton CEO 1995 $20,039 M stock. VP salary $230K year, post office boards $2M year. Real estate $10M Wyoming ranch, $5M McLean home. Philanthropy $1M to Heart Foundations. Wealth whispered wisdom. Fortune favors the feeling it fosters. Cheney's life was a luminous legacy, from Nebraska plains to White House power. Lynne his rock, family his foundation, $90M his nod, lifestyle his low-key lore. At 84, Heart's final halt pens poignant ballad. Liz Mary Carey his call, sorrow our shared spotlight. He persists in every policy pivot, legacy launching leaders skyward. If Cheney's complex chronicle has stirred your spirit today, as it has mine, please subscribe for more tales of timeless titans that touch the heart, and give this video a like to let his light linger. It honors the statesman in us all. Thank you for joining this emotional expedition. Ponder your power, hold your harmony, and let conviction be your compass. Word count, 1600.